What do you do with angry clients? I'm Nina Kaufman from Business Exponential. And if you've been watching my videos at all, you know that I am working with business professionals to help them make more money with fewer headaches. And there is probably no greater headache than an angry client. Now, why is that? I mean, first of all, I know for myself, I am like totally triggered by other people's anger. But when they come at you, it's usually for one of two reasons. Either number one, the client is a lunatic, or two, somehow you drop the ball. So, what can you do with both of those situations? Well, let's take the lunatic situation. And particularly with everything going around, you can understand why people are on their last nerve. But that's not necessarily fair to have that dumped on you. So one of the things you can do if a client is screaming and yelling you, and I don't understand, and I'm not getting any value, and you're not getting the work done, blah, 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 is to bring them back to the process you've laid out for how you're going to work together. What were the promises you made in terms of deadlines? What do you have, for example, in your contract with them? Those are important conversations to have to kind of remind them, bring them back to that place of sanity when you had a meeting of the minds and you had mutual agreements and there was just a general love fest going on with you and your client. Now, that's a great reason why you want to have an agreement and a workflow process so that there's no guesswork. And when someone says, hey, you promised me, blah, 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 you're able to go back and correct the record. But now you have a situation where maybe they're angry because you dropped the ball. Well, it's very, very tempting when you're hit with anger, not just disappointment, but anger, to get really defensive and to try to point blame and tell the client why they're wrong. My experience is that that doesn't help and that doesn't work. So the most important thing, if you want to resolve that relationship and resuscitate it and get it back on track, is to let them know, what are you going to do to get it back on track? So before you get on that phone call, figure out, what are you going to do to get back on track? Now, one of the reasons that clients can get really upset is that maybe you've sent an invoice that had all sorts of stuff in it that they weren't anticipating, they didn't expect. You hit them with a big expense when they're having budget problems. And that's where you won't want to get a copy of my PDF, How to Send Invoices Your Clients Pay Faster. It's available at clientspayfaster.com. And that can really help you with some tips on how to avoid angry clients. So again, I'm Nina Kaufman from Business Exponential with what do you do when you have some angry clients so you can make more money with fewer headaches. Thanks for listening.